Okay, so it's May 24th, and yesterday I managed to get the plants out into the garden, and I really just built this retaining wall a couple of days ago. I started last weekend and I finished it not yesterday, a couple of days ago. And I had set it all up last year, but I only had placed the bricks on top of each other, and then a part of this area here fell over onto the plants in front. So I dismantled it and decided I would rebuild it this year. So I've got it all cemented together now, so it's not going to go anywhere. And of course I've filled up my garden with too much. I've got sheep manure and a topsoil mixture with some vermiculite, as you can probably see, and I overfilled it like I always do every year. So that means I'm going to have mud pouring over the side every time that I water it. But oh well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, here are the plants. See how they're doing now. They're actually quite large. These two are the Trinidad scorpions, right over here. And then I have 3 hot paper lanterns, and I bought these at a greenhouse that's not too far from my house. This is one of my favorite kinds of peppers, actually, but last year I missed them. By the time I got out there, it was middle of June, they were gone already, so I didn't have any hot paper lanterns. So instead of 2, I bought 3 this year. And I'll probably just get the seeds and make sure that I grow them myself from now on. Anyway, they're very nice looking plants. They've got lots of flowers on them. I think they're going to do really well. They're very prolific. The Bhut Jolokias, I have 3 of them. And you'll probably notice that some of the leaves are sunburnt. So it wasn't that hot out when I started hardening off the plants, but I guess maybe the light that I have isn't intense enough. I've got to do something about that next year so that the plants are not going to be so sensitive when they come out. But sunburnt leaves are not fatal to the plants. They're unsightly, but it's not going to do anything. They'll be fine. Anyway, so I've got 3 nice looking plants, and in the middle here I've got Cayenne, and it's kind of neat the way it's spread out the way that it has. It looks like a tree, actually. I expect to get quite a few peppers from it. I've already got a pepper here. It's my first pepper already of the season, and I have a few others that are just starting, small ones, as you can see. There's a Scotch Bonnet plant right here, red Scotch Bonnet, also a nice looking plant, and a Pequin. I've never grown Pequin before. In fact, I've never even had a Pequin. I know it's a hot pepper, tiny little berry-like pepper, and I'm kind of curious to know about it. And it's grown tall, straight up, and I don't know how tall it's going to get yet. It doesn't have any flowers at this time. Then I have my 7 pods. I have 4 of them. These 2 I just had germinated, like I germinated starting February, actually. And but they're doing quite nicely. They're quite large already. And then I have this 7 pod from last year. And you can see how thick the trunk is. I like to pick it on this tree. And this is from 2 years ago, so this is its 3rd summer. And it's quite a thick, healthy looking plant. I mean, really, as far as the leaves go, it's not very, neither one of these looks very nice. They're both kind of sickly looking, to tell you the truth. But I'm hoping that they'll perk up, and expect them to. You know, they're strong plants. I think they'll do quite well this year. I've got an empty spot here because I'm just leaving my options open. I might go back and pick out a few more plants and see, because that garden center, the greenhouse, they often do put out different kinds of plants through the spring. Then I have a Cveta Hot also from last year. So it's quite healthy looking. It's nice and green, and it's got flowers all over it. So I think it's going to do well. And I have 2 Fatalii, and the Fatalii are nice plants. They're nice peppers. They're hot, like habanero. They're not overly hot. They're probably 250,000 Scoville units. So we're not talking about any plants like the Naga or the Bhut or anything like that. But they're sweet, and tasty peppers, pardon me. Now over here I have two more red Scotch bonnets, and I've got them planted close together like this because that's the way they came up. The two seeds must have been put in the same hole. They both germinated at the exact same instant. They came up, and I could see there were two plants, but they were like twins. They're like conjoined twins. I tried to pull them apart in order to plant them in their own separate holes, but their roots are so entwined that I couldn't do it without damaging the plants. So I put them in and I separated them as much as I could, and I have them facing in different directions. So I am curious to see how this plant's going to do, how these plants are going to do. I think in the end they're going to look like one huge giant plant, so I've kind of given them lots of room to grow. As you can see, I put them right in the middle of a space I'd normally put two plants in. So we'll see how they do. And the Scotch Bonnets are big plants anyway, and they're really prolific, like 60 peppers on each one, as you know from last year. I could tell that. Now I have three Naga Morich plants. This one, and this one, quite large and healthy, and they've got flowers on them already. And the Nagas are also prolific. Now, and these are the hottest peppers in the world, as I've often mentioned. At least there's nothing hotter that I'm aware of as of yet. So they're about 1.5 million Scoville units, and that's nothing to sneeze at, really. They're pretty serious peppers. Oh, pardon me. I said I had three, but I actually have four. And this was a bit of a surprise. This came up probably the end of March, the beginning of April, and hasn't really done well, but I'm willing to give it a shot. It's also sunburnt. Like, it's almost like it's starting from scratch again. I have no idea how well it's going to do, but I decided, what the heck, I'll give it an opportunity to grow, and we'll see what happens. And then also in April, a big surprise, I had two orange habs suddenly come up. I take my germinating tray down, and I wasn't even paying any attention. All of a sudden, the pot where the orange habs were had a couple plants in them. I thought, oh man! So habaneros are a fairly quick growing plant, and it is only May, so it's quite possible that they'll do okay. But so I just let them go, and here they are, and got them planted. And I think once the sun comes out, the sun's supposed to start really tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the low 20s for the rest of this week, so it should be good. That's a good temperature, not too intense, so it should be fine for the peppers. Give them a real opportunity to get used to the sun and harden off a little bit more, and I think it'll be fine. I think these plants are actually going to do pretty well. They look good, considering that I put them in yesterday. Okay, so I'm focusing in on a super chili, and I swear that it's been at least 10 years since the last time I grew a super chili. Nice looking plant though. I knew I had a spot, so I decided to grow them again. I know they're pretty nice peppers from my memory of them. And here, I didn't grow any Caribbean red habaneros last year, and I like the looks of these plants. And I also got these three plants at the same greenhouse. So they're full of flowers, and I think they're going to do really well. Caribbean red's a very nice pepper, very much like red Savina. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 350 to 400,000 Scoville units. They're hot. They were one of my very first habanero peppers that I ever grew, and liked them a lot. They're very nice pepper. So so that's it. Those are my plants, and now they're in there. Everything's ready to go. And I'll probably do another video in August, like I usually do. Once the peppers are all ripening and everything is looking great, and that's it. And I really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. It's very nice of you. Thank you. And if you leave a comment, I'll definitely respond to it. 100% guaranteed. So please do. And I'll even let you know what plants I wind up putting in the spot if somebody's interested to know that. Thank you again. Thanks. Bye.